Well, hello. Welcome to another stream, another Sessionwire live. Great to have you here. Let me know, Shane's back. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Let me know where you're dropping in from. Glad to have you here. Before we get started, feel free to drop any questions you have in the comments, and I'll answer them as they come up. This is going to live on the internet, I don't know, forever, I guess. So you can always go back and revisit if you need to. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit different. This really doesn't have too much to do with creating music or streaming music, to record or anything like that. But this stream today is about hosting webinars and masterclasses in Sessionwire, and how we've kind of traditionally gone about doing that ourselves at Sessionwire. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to kind of dig in a little bit here and talk a little bit about how I've done this in the past for Sessionwire. I see that. Oh, great. Okay. I just got to make sure that all my ducks are in a row here. So yeah, let me know where you're dropping in from, what your name is. Happy to have you here. So let's just kind of dive in here. Traditionally, the way that we've done our events, our live events, and webinars at Sessionwire is we've used Eventbrite. I think that recently Eventbrite kind of changed up their subscription model or their payment model again, for the better, if I would be so bold, or could be so bold. If we head to their pricing page, you can see that you can publish your events for free, and if you don't charge fees for your webinars or masterclasses, you can host them for free. You can use their services. You can do everything that we're going to do in this stream today for free, which is pretty handy. However, if you do want to charge ticket prices for your events, they charge 3.5% plus $1.29 Canadian on top of each ticket, and you can choose to either pass that fee on to your attendees or absorb that into your ticket price. So pretty flexible. If we've had a couple of people talk about doing, live mixing webinars and masterclasses. You could host 50 people in your Sessionwire studio and charge them a ticket, a price, on top of that. Oh, thanks. Stars and Stories Live. In Brendan we trust. Oh, you're making me sweat. Now I better be on top of my stuff here today. Yeah, so you could charge, a ticket price per head and have people join your masterclass and enjoy all of the features of Sessionwire that we offer. Specifically the HQ audio. That's really what's really important in having everybody in what feels like a shared studio space. Being through across the glass or on the other side of the glass. So here we are. We're looking at Eventbrite. If you create a free account, you don't have to enter any payment details or anything like that. And you'll hit your little dashboard here. We'll go back to the home page and see what that looks like. So here's my home page. There's a bunch of AI stuff that you can do with Eventbrite as well. It can build events for you. You can see at Sessionwire we've had 12 events. Got 38 followers. It's been a while since we've hosted our last event through Eventbrite. To be honest, we just kind of are pushing our events out to our members through Facebook page and emails and things like that. But you can, obviously build a following here, and whenever you post an event, your followers will be notified of that. Lots of good resources. You can read about how to host events, and don't know what's going on here. I'll have to email Eventbrite about that. Yeah, lots of cool little features here. I believe the marketing part of things, sending emails out through Eventbrite itself, costs a little bit extra. I think it might be a subscription on top of your ticket fees and things like that. Don't take my word for that either. We have our own CRM that we push emails out through, and lots of people have websites that they pay for and can send emails out that way as well to their mailing list. So I would suggest doing that if you have a website and things like that. So we're just going to jump into creating an event. We'll click Create Event. We'll see what happens here. Here's our event. So let's do something like, we're going to call our event Brendan's first webinar. Excellent. And you can see you can upload photos here. You can design things with Canva. There's a Canva integration directly in here. I'll see if I can find like I think there's sure, why not? We'll just kind of, it has to be a certain dimension as well. So already we're learning things as we go. You'll have to build a banner in this dimension here, 2160 by 1080. I've done that before. There's one hidden somewhere on my computer somewhere. So for now, I wonder what happens when we click design with Canva. Oh, amazing. And just FYI, Canva has a bunch of AI stuff built into it as well. It could, automatically build you a banner, and you can go in and modify it. So I guess, is Mother's Day coming soon? I'm not sure. Webinar. No, nothing for webinar. Masterclass. No templates. That's okay. We'll just use something that is kind of generic here. Sure. Looks like fall is coming. Oh, and then you have to be a pro member. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a drag here. Couldn't save your design. Oh my goodness, they're having all kinds of issues with their Canva integration. That's okay. Again, maybe we'll just for fun. There we go. We'll use our Sessionwire logo. Great. Sessionwire logo. If you had a video, like a little trailer, you wanted to build a trailer for your event, talk about what you're going to be talking about, kind of lay out your agenda, you can embed that here either through YouTube or Vimeo. Pretty handy. Obviously the title. And then we've got a summary, so we can have them suggest a summary. Come join us for Brendan's very first webinar where he'll be sharing his insights and knowledge on, let's say, Masterclasses. Why not? So already we're using, we're kind of leveraging their AI feature here. Date and time, Monday. So if we click here on date and time, you can set it up as a recurring event if you have, regular monthly get-togethers, regular monthly classes that you're hosting. You can set that up here. We're going to set up a single event. It's going to be October 31st. Next Wednesday, September 26th. And it's going to end on the 26th as well. Great. Start time. We'll go 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Masterclass Inception. That's right. Yeah. The big old loop. Great. So it's going to be an hour long next week. And there's some more options here. And I would be very cognizant of the event time zone. Make sure you set that up properly. Sometimes it can get a little confusing. If you've set this up for a different time zone than where you're at, you can end up basically hosting your event at the wrong time, which is no good. Good. And then we have this section here. We're going to be hosting an online event. And we'll see when we click that, it's going to say that we have a unique event page where you can add links to live streams and more. This is the important part, and this is where Sessionwire really kind of rolls into this whole Eventbrite hosting pretty well. So we'll get to that after we're finished setting up this initial page here. About this event, so you can click a plus sign here. You can add images and text and videos and anything else that you would want to flesh things out with. Look at that. There's just an automatically generated description. Design trends and knowledge on web development. That's not correct. I'm not going to talk about web development. On design trends and best practices. How about let's just best practices. Let's do that. Learn from a seasoned professional in the industry, whether you're a beginner. We're a beginner or experienced developer. I don't like any of that. I'm not a developer. We're not going to do that. Great. Webinar. Awesome. You can add more text blocks. You can remove text blocks, add a video, remove the video, etc. Pretty handy. There's a cool little section here about an agenda. So, you can have a little section where you're talking about things. You're going to introduce the whole webinar. This is going to start at 1, goes till 1:15 or 1:30. I'm going to be the host. If I have a guest, we'll add a slot. We're going to say this is guest 1. They're going to talk about teaching methodologies. Sure. And it's going to start at 1:30 and it's going to end at 2. Great. There's our little webinar. This is guest 1. And you can add a little picture for them too. Great. There we go. We'll get rid of that slot. So we've got our little agenda. This just helps, people if they're joining your discussion. Normally when we do things, we'll have like an hour-long section where it's just like a demonstration, and we'll go through some things, and then the last 30 minutes of the 90-minute live stream will be a Q&A. So sometimes it helps to have things like that there. Frequently asked questions. Now, this is pretty important in the context of Sessionwire. So how do I join the masterclass? Now, this is where I put some important information about joining a Sessionwire live stream. When the event goes live, you will be able to visit the event page. Copy and paste the event URL into a Chromium, this is important, based web browser. And that would be Chrome, Edge, Brave, Arc, Opera. There's a few other ones as well. But basically, it has to be Chromium because of the unique way that Sessionwire routes audio in and out of a browser. So you want your guests to have the best experience possible. You want them to join using a Chromium-based web browser. Another side note, we'll add a question. Can I join via mobile device? The answer, short answer, yes. The long answer, the experience is limited, right? So Sessionwire is a professional recording / streaming platform. You want to be on a desktop computer. You want to be wearing good headphones. You want to be sitting in front of your studio monitors. That's something that I would stress in this frequently asked questions section about a masterclass or webinar hosted in Sessionwire. If you're going to be doing anything with pro audio, make sure you're on a desktop and you're wearing headphones or listening through real speakers. The other thing that I would mention in here, what kind of internet connection do I need? This is also, here we go, kind of where I would stress that any connection will work. However, Sessionwire is a professional audio application, so Ethernet is highly recommended, right? So Ethernet connection over Wi-Fi if possible. With Wi-Fi, if somebody turns their microwave on next door, it could cause interference. If you live near an airport that has radar, that radar can fall within the Wi-Fi band and cause some issues. So Ethernet is the way to go for anybody that might be joining your session. Again, it's a professional audio application. We try to stress that fact as much as possible. So there we go, kind of the initial start for this webinar. We'll go save and continue. See what happens. Great. So here we land on the online event page setup. So we're going to build the event page that appears when the event goes live. If we hit page settings, we can see that it's enabled, and we can see that ticket holders only can access this page. I think this is important. You're going to want to, if you're going to want to sell tickets to your event, if you want, to kind of gatekeep things a little bit, this is pretty important. So we'll keep that the way it is. We're going to link another provider. This is where we add our information. So the URL for your live stream, we're going to go and flip over to Sessionwire and have a look at how to create that. We're going to flip over to Sessionwire. I'm in my Sessionwire studio. We're going to click the invite button, and we get the invite prompt. Now, depending on the type of webinar or masterclass that you're putting on, if you want to invite people to join you in your studio so you can see and hear them and interact with them, visually and orally, I guess, you would create a guest link. If you want to invite people into your studio and you just want to present things one way, or you want to have like one guest that you're presenting with and you want to present one way to a mass audience, you're going to create an audience link. So I'm going to create an audience link because I don't want to see or hear anybody that's going to be in my studio. I just want them to observe what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Create the audience link, and we're going to click advanced options. I'm going to create a password, and my password is going to be, I don't know, temp password. Why not? Temp password. And a start time, we're going to pick the same date, Wednesday the 25th, I believe, at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Wednesday the 25th. Good. And then Wednesday the 25th at 2 p.m. is the expiry time. So this link that we're going to create is only going to be active in that 1 hour window. That's the only time anybody is going to be able to get into the studio with the password. We'll go copy invite link, and we'll flip back over to this, and we'll paste that link in there. There it is. That link will only work within the hour that we've specified. And add a title to the live video. This is Brendan's webinar on Masterclasses. And you can add a video, you can add a description, blah, 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 description. Awesome. There we go. So we're going to save our details here. And we're going to check one more thing out. What I like, well, actually, we need the password here. This is what I'll do. We'll do, yeah, this is what we're going to do. So here is the link to the masterclass or webinar. It's a webinar on Masterclasses. Please copy and paste into a Chromium-based web browser. Here is the password. Oops, that's not what I put. I put temp password right there. And because I, usually do this kind of thing, I make the important information bold. There we go. So we've got our link and our password. Now, this event page is going to be visible all the time. If somebody buys a ticket to your event a week in advance, they're going to be able to visit this event page. What I don't want people to do is see this link and this password until right before the event. So if we click this little pencil here, we're going to have some options here. We're going to restrict the access to all tickets, which we'll see in a second. You can create different types of tickets and things like that. But I'm going to set this, select visibility, hidden until event starts, or custom schedule. So you can choose when you want this event page to become visible. In our case, our event is it's Thursday, September 26th, actually. Oops. Yeah, so September 26th. Our event starts at 1 p.m., but I want the event page to appear at 12:45, so people can start kind of trickling in. There we go. And we're going to hide the page at 2 p.m. so people can't get in after that time. And we're going to notify our attendees when it's shown. So now this page will only appear when the event is just about to start, and people can copy that link and insert it into their Chromium-based web browser. Makes sense so far? Anybody have any questions? Please put them in the comments. This is what this is all about. We'll continue here to making some tickets. Like I said, this really, it has more to do with how to use Eventbrite than Sessionwire itself. We'll look at a couple of features in Sessionwire once the event starts. But yeah, essentially, we're almost done building this event here. So tickets. So we're going to create new tickets. It's going to be a paid event. We're going to call it Backstage Pass. This is the name of this ticket. This will allow them to get into this webinar. We're going to say that there's 50 tickets available, and they're going to be $100 each. Now, this is where you can absorb the ticketing fees, or you can have them added onto the top of the buyer's total. So as we see here, if somebody was to buy a ticket, it would cost them $108.55 instead of just $100 flat if I was to absorb the ticket fees. So totally up to you. You can do that however you want. Set the sales date, the start date today, like immediately, and the end date right when the event starts. And you can show how many tickets are available. I believe that's what this means. Show ticket sale end dates and sale status at checkout. Yeah, so I think this will show some details while they're checking out. You can tell them a little bit about the ticket, what they get with it if you want to sell some kind of like VIP thing with it. Tickets per order, 1. I want people to be able to buy 1 spot at the event, and that's it. And that looks to be like, yeah, that's all the information we need there. Save the ticket. There we go. We've got our backstage passes. You can sell add-ons if you want, a t-shirt or something. You can do that. I think Eventbrite links with drop shipping companies, so you can sell t-shirts. You can have promo codes if you want somebody to have like a discount on it, or you want to sell discounted tickets. You can hold spots for people and some extra kind of things. Yeah, there it is. Display the number of tickets remaining. So we can tell people how many tickets there are left to each event. Oh yeah, so this is interesting as well. Instead of selling tickets, you could use a reserve a spot option as well. Following along just fine there. Great, awesome. Yeah, so that might be a better option for a webinar masterclass is doing a registration instead of tickets. So we'll go save. And we'll flip back to the online event page because it's not showing that it's checked off here. Just want to see if we've missed something. No, it looks to be okay. Live video or audio, page settings. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is something that I did as well. Sorry, I might have missed it. Can you set a ticket cap? Yes, you can. Yep, you can. So we'll flip back to that in a second. I just want to touch on this really quick. What I did for our previous events is I created a video showing the guests how to copy the link, put it in their web browser, and how to join the session. So I kind of embedded that in the event page with a video. And I put it at the top here. And this always was shown, even before the event started. There's a video here that they could watch, and it kind of gave them a little walkthrough of how to join a Sessionwire session. So that I found to be very, very handy. We'll go to the tickets again, and we'll look at the ticket cap option. Yeah, so there's our event capacity right here. You can edit the capacity, total number of tickets that are for sale. So you can create as many different types of tickets as you want. So you could have, a VIP ticket maybe that they can actually join as a guest and be seen and heard in your studio. And you can sell just your normal, the backstage pass that I created, which would only bring them into the studio as an audience member. So maybe the VIP ticket is $200 for this masterclass, and your backstage pass is $100. You could have both those types of tickets, and you'd split them 25 and 25. The event capacity is up to 50 tickets, which is the studio capacity right now in our studio plan. So yeah, there you go. We'll go next. And here's the publish page. So a few more details to go over. You can preview your event. We'll click preview. This is what it will look like. The agenda, about the event, frequently asked questions. There's some tags. That looks great. There's a preview the event page. So sorry, the page isn't available because it's not live yet. Once we publish the event, I believe that will become visible. We're going to make it a public event, I think. Actually, we'll make it private just for the sake of this thing. So yeah, we'll make it private. No, we'll make it whatever. Doesn't matter. You don't have to make it private. I would leave it public, but whatever. I just don't want anybody to find it on our page right now. Set your refund policy. So you could do refunds if you want. I'm not going to do refunds. Too bad, so sad. Will this event ever be public? Sure, why not? It might be public. Let's do that. Search settings. So this is your event type. Ours is a seminar or a talk. Music. I don't know. Other. Why not? tags. We've got a bunch of tags so people could find it when they search for it, either in Eventbrite or through search engines, and we can add it to a collection. So there we go. And if we hit publish, it will go live. I believe. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, so after your event goes live, you can share it, copy a link, share it on your socials, that kind of thing. You can also set up email campaigns, share it with your followers. You can advertise on Eventbrite. There's all kinds of things you can do. But again, I believe that these require some sort of subscription. Yeah, I think it does. So yeah, you can fill out, all of your email information. You can put some content together for this email and send it out this way. Again, we have our own CRM. We do it a different way. Even for my own personal website, I can send emails through my mailing list that way. One important thing to notice, thanks, Michael. Yeah, this is really handy. It's really slick. Regardless of whether or not you're using Sessionwire for your events too, you can do it. Do things with YouTube or Zoom or whatever you choose. But again, the emphasis is on professional sounding audio. So if you're doing mixed master classes or mastering master classes or, overdub or even music lessons, like instrument lessons, this is amazing. One quick note here, if you are going to charge tickets, you have to add a bank account. So that they can deposit your money right in your account. So you do that all through here. In Canada here, we have bank transit numbers and institution numbers, so you just have to make sure you have all of those, and you can get paid immediately through Eventbrite. Everything's kind of handled. So there we go. That's the Eventbrite side of things. We'll just pop over to Sessionwire real quick and have a look at a feature or two. So I've created this audience link. We've created a password and everything, and we're going to invite a friend to join us in here. Not a friend, but I guess a pretend attendee. Shane, can you use a previous event you set up as a template for future events to save on setup type on Eventbrite? Yes, you can. You can, I think, I've done it before. It's just been a minute. So if we go to events, I think if we go to past events, we can see a bunch of past events here. Here's our event with Daryl Thorpe we did a little while ago. If you do the little dots over here, you can go copy event. And you'll start a new event. And you start building it from there. A pretendee, yes, exactly. So yeah, you should be able to do it like this. With the ticket types of tickets as well, when you go to assign tickets to an event that you're creating, you can pull ticket templates as well. Let's just test this again really quick here. Create an event. Yeah, that's right. So if you create an event, it kind of starts you from scratch every time. But if you copy an event, you can then change the event start and end times and basically build one from scratch. So here's Sessionwire. Oh, look at that. There's our first audience member joining our webinar. So you can see that I'm getting a call request from Dan Smith. I'm going to join the session. And you can see he's labeled as an audience member. So that means he's going to join my studio, and I'm not going to see or hear him, but he's going to be in here. So if we, I can hear my voice echoing here. Let me just. I've just got to mute this, I think. So if we go to Studio Chat right here, we can see our participants list, and we can see that Dan Smith is in here watching. This is great. So we can add, you can see I can have 1,000 people in here at this moment. I'm 2 out of 1,000, but on our current studio level plan, it's 50. So just bear in mind, it's 50 people you can have in here maximum. If you need more, send us an email, info@sessionwire.com, and we're happy to set people up on a case-by-case basis for more people. I think the webinar or masterclass for anything over 50 people might end up being a product in the future. So if that's something that's of interest to you, please let us know, because we would love to make it happen. So we see Dan Smith is in here. Dan can watch and listen to what's going on. He can also message anybody in here. Dan says hello. This goes for anybody that's in here as an audience member or a guest. And speaking of, if I wanted Dan to pop in and ask a question or to be an additional presenter, I can click the 3 dots beside his name, and I can click Make Guest. And this brings Dan in to my studio as a guest that can be seen and heard. Now, when you do this, their microphone and their camera are automatically muted, so they can't speak or be seen without their permission, without them enabling their talkback and their camera. So Dan, if his camera was working, would do that. However, his camera is not working at the moment for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening over there. Anyway, Dan's in here. Dan asks his question. Great. Thank you, Dan. You're going to go back to be an audience member. Click on the 3 dots. Click on Make Audience. Boom. Dan goes away. He's still in the studio. He's still watching and listening to what I'm doing. But he's just an observer now, and he can chat, and that's it. If you notice as well, with this 3 dots, there's also a Make Moderator option. So if I wanted Dan to be a moderator, I can click that button, and he becomes basically like an administrator in this room. He can kick people in and out, just like I was doing with the guest mode. He can make other people moderators. He can boot people from the call if they're being rude, that kind of thing. So kind of a cool little feature there. Yeah, that kind of covers everything. If you're doing a webinar or masterclass, everybody's chatting over here. Before the webinar ends, you can download a transcript of the chat just by clicking the download chat button. It'll download a text file of the whole chat if you want to save any information that's in there. Otherwise, once the webinar is over, say your goodbyes. Bye, thanks for joining. Click end, and the webinar ends for everybody. Now that's, again, we're open to suggestions and features and things like that. If there's something that would make your life easier to do what you need to do with Sessionwire, please let us know. This is, we take feedback really seriously. Making it possible for you to do what you need to do is what we're all about. So, that's kind of the whole process of hosting a webinar or a masterclass in Sessionwire, or at least the way that we've done it in the past. So if you find some way that's easier or a lot more powerful, please also let us know. info@sessionwire.com. I should also mention too, be sure to check out our subscriptions if you haven't yet. Go to our subscription page or our website, www.sessionwire.com, and check out our 2 subscription levels. We offer a basic subscription. You can have 2 people in your studio at one time, stream audio back and forth. Great for one-on-one mix reviews or overdubs. Or our studio level subscription, you can have 50 people in your studio. You can assign anybody the ability to stream HQ audio into your studio. It's great for masterclasses, webinars, larger mix approval sessions, that kind of thing. But you also get PureMix Pro with a studio level subscription. If you don't know about PureMix, please head over to puremix.com. I think it's .com. I should check before I say puremix.com. Puremix.com. Go over to puremix.com and do that. Puremix.com and check out what they offer. They are amazing. They get all kinds of A-lister type amazing mix engineers and producers, and they do all kinds of video tutorials and mix walkthroughs and breakdowns and all that kind of stuff. It's a really, really incredible resource if you're learning to mix and produce. They also have a suite of plugins that you can get with the PureMix Pro subscription. Compressors. They have a software, a platform called MixUp, which is like an offline mix approval platform. You can upload a track and send a link to your clients. They can make timestamp comments, and you'll get those right into your DAW, so that you can make tweaks without, starting a Google Doc or a Dropbox folder or whatever. Is the download chat available to all participants or just the host? The download chat should just be for the host. I might have to double check that. That's something I haven't checked on in a while, but for security purposes, downloading the chat and recording the call, host only. Specifically the record call function. So only the host can use the in-call record call function. Of course, you can always use something like OBS, like I'm using to stream to YouTube here, to record webinars as well. But, whatever you decide. So there you go. Yeah, again, Sessionwire Studio subscription, you get a free PureMix Pro subscription with that while you have your Sessionwire Studio subscription active. So, pardon me. Please head over there, check out the resources, and if you have any questions about anything, let us know. Again, info@sessionwire.com. We're more than happy to help you get your studio set up with Sessionwire to answer any questions that you might have. But for today, I think we're going to wrap the live stream there. I'll give you 2 more minutes. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box, and I'll answer them before we go. And tell your friends. We're going to be doing more live streams like this. I believe the live stream next week is going to be on Monday due to my traveling midweek. And we're going to be talking about Logic and Sessionwire. So setting up Logic alongside Sessionwire so you can share your audio from Logic to your collaborators, and you can bring that audio in your Sessionwire studio into Logic to record. So for ADR, voiceovers, podcasting, even for remote overdubs, again, the laws of physics kind of make things a little tricky in that case. You can do it. So that's what we're going to cover next Monday. So, tell your friends, sessionwire.com. We're going to be doing a lot of live streams and posting a lot of content that will hopefully help you in your everyday creative life. So, yeah. I see we have no more comments. So on that note, we're just going to call it there. This video will live again on our YouTube channel for a long time, for the foreseeable future, let's say. So you can revisit anytime. Make use of that pause button if you set up your own event in Eventbrite. And when you do set up your own event in Eventbrite, hosted in Sessionwire, let us know. We'd be glad to post a little something about it and let our following know, and hopefully drive some traffic your way. So we love telling everybody about what our members are up to. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Lovely to see you, and we'll see you in the next live stream. Ciao.
Thank you.